No, I'm really happy by the way people react to the film. It was really a surprise for me because the film is difficult. It's a slow pace. There's some extreme things in the film, so I was really amazed by how the people reacted and how well people perceive the meaning of the film behind the gory stuff. Because sometimes with those kind of films, people just see the hard stuff and everything, and they don't see past it. But people really get it well, and I'm really amazed and really happy, and it's amazing, you know. Yeah. A few years ago, I was working on my master thesis at the university, which was about body fluids and gore film and porn film. So those were good years. But I was talking with some friends and making my other films and reading a lot of books, as I always do. And I was a lot into existentialism, you know, and philosophy and all that stuff, and the anthropological aspect, the reaction to death, and psychological one because of my thesis. And one day I made some joke with my ex-girlfriend about someone rotting from the inside. I don't remember when, or I don't remember why. And after that, it stuck into my head. I said, oh, there's an idea there to do something and to mix that with all the books that I were reading. My favorite directors of horror film are people like David Cronenberg, yeah, like The Fly and all that stuff. Jörg Buttgereit, even though it's not really horror for me, but Necromantic 2, The Artist King, all that stuff I really love. Dario Argento for the colors and all those things. And John Carpenter by the end of the 70s, start of the 80s, like Halloween, The Thing is amazing. Those kind of films. No, as a filmmaker, we always, when we look at our films, we only see what not our mistakes, but what we made, you know, the shooting. So when I see the film, I don't see it like everyone sees it. I see like, oh, that day we had a talk that morning about that thing. So I don't really, I see the process of making the film. So it's kind of difficult to judge the movie, and that's when people look at it and their reactions, that when you know if it works or not. And even though sometimes there's stuff that I said, oh, I would have done that differently if I had to do that again, I would never change a film, because a film, when it gets out, it lives by itself. And at that moment, I thought I made the best decision I could, and I wanted to say it that way, to express it that way. I don't think so. I don't think that the fact that Thanatomorphose is well received will be an handicap for my next projects, simply because each film is different. So after that, it's the viewer that decide if they are disappointed or if they expect another Thanatomorphose 2 from me. They won't get that film. When you're making a horror film, there's a lot of difficult scenes to shoot. For example, there is a lot of special effects in the film. So for the actress, it's difficult because she had to be covered all day long for a month, and sometimes it took 6 hours putting the makeup on her. So sometimes it was hard for her skin. So that's just an example. But every film is difficult. Every film has its problem or its challenges. It's not problems, it's challenges. You have to find solutions. You have to be to get your passion, you have to find ways to do what you want to do. And in Thanatomorphose, the biggest challenge that we had to face was that one day we had the camera stolen with 2 days of shooting. So we had to reshoot those 2 days. And that was quite hard because there were big settings. Fortunately, it wasn't days with a lot of makeup, but it was the scene where she falls on the floor and there's the sink with the water getting out of it. And there were the blowjob scenes too that we had to reshoot. So that was kind of hard, and that made that made big days of shooting just to redo them again and find a new camera because we had to shoot anyway. So that was the biggest thing that happened on the film, because it was quite smooth. Apart from that, everyone was happy, we had a lot of fun. Hard day, long day, but really a lot of fun. If you watch the making of on the DVD, you'll see we're laughing and making jokes all the time, and it's always... Yeah, always. Well, filmmaking, when you do films, you must always be open to improvisation, because all the time you have to adapt to what's going on. So even though you have your shot plans, everything is ready, and you work like a month before the shooting, you came on set and then suddenly, oh, there's a light that's broken, so you have to work with two lights, so you have to find a solution. It's really important that we work as a team and that everyone has its place and that everyone can contribute with their ideas and find solution and propose some stuff, you know, suggest new things because we work together, and the goal is to make the best film that we can. I have 4 projects right now that I'm writing, so I'm doing the screenplay. One is a feature-length film that I'm working on with my assistant. We plan to have the screenplay by the end of the year, so we could find money to shoot it next year, so in 2015, shoot it if everything goes well. It's a fantastic film. There's no gory stuff, there's no horror stuff, a couple of special effects, but it will be really more an atmosphere film. Fantastic one. And we have 3 short films project. One is an experimental film about the Native American, the Indians. The other one is an adaptation of a novel by Tolstoy, which is a love story that ends not really well. Then the last one is a hunting drama. So, reader and fans of horror film, thank you all to be on Terror Weekend. I hope you liked the interview. I hope you had a great time, and keep on supporting independent film, horror film, terror film on the best website around about horror, Terror Weekend. Thank you very much, and see you next time.